perversity of war. Is a man in a different uniform a different man? Would they do the same for us? I guess I'll never find out. You have to live on. And although now I can see that we will not save everyone, we must give hope to those we are trying to save.
Sir, dispatch from HQ.
Report?
The battle in Armin started around 4 AM. Multiple casualties and wounded. They're being transported to our hospital right now.
Oh, these poor souls. These days it seems like each battle is more meaningless than the last one.
It is sad, but it is a soldier's duty to fight. And our duty is to heal them. We should check the stock of our medical supplies and prepare the staff. It seems there will be a lot of work for us in the near future.
Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to a new chapter of War Hospital, the start of chapter 2. So, a little bit of housekeeping to get out of the way first of all. I actually started recording some episodes of Season 2, or Chapter 2, a few days ago, and came across a little bit of a problem. I ended up getting up to 2 ambulances, and it broke my save because the whole ambulance situation is a bit of a mess. I'll explain as we go a little bit further in, but essentially I kind of ruined my save. So what I've had to do is go back through over the last day or two and kind of rush my way through the first chapter with a brand new start. And I've just finished that, and I'm now ready to start doing the beginning of chapter 2. So the hospital that we have now, slightly different to the one that we had at the end of chapter 1 on the campaign that you've already seen. Not massive differences, but some subtle differences. So you'll notice that we have some upgrades now that we didn't have before, and other upgrades that we did have we no longer have. Staffing will be just a little bit different as well, but generally it's pretty close. So let's roll on and get into chapter 2. So we have 12 patients waiting already. Okay, it's a lot to get through. Let's have a look. Let's go ahead and schedule that. You can see I've already gone ahead and got myself a second physician, because I know we're going to need 2 in this. Plus, I also know that we are going to get the ability to save and then recruit a new trauma specialist. We'll also get the opportunity to save and then recruit a new nurse as well. Beyond that, I don't know. I've only got about halfway through this chapter, and I haven't got any further than that, so I'm not really sure how this thing is going to sort of culminate. Be interesting to see. I'm going to be pretty ruthless with who I choose to save, based purely on operational difficulty, resources. I'm probably going to get rid of quite a lot of these 1 chevron soldiers very early on. But yeah, we're going to try and be a little more aggressive with our decisions. Try and save some resources so that we don't have to spend quite so much permits on ordering in replacement supplies, and we can try and put those towards further upgrades for the hospital. That's the kind of plan. Anyway, we'll see how it shakes out, but yeah, we're going to get rid of these initial 1 chevron soldiers. We can always, of course, bring them back out of the denied if we have a sudden need for more permits, more numbers. Let's check our nurse deployments. So Yes, let's move Lottie out and put her in CCS. Okay, it's actually changed my nurses' images. They were different images before. Okay, that confuses me a little bit. I had two nurses that looked like this that I was keeping in rehabilitation, and now they have changed their images. So you can see now one of them is Poppy. She's down here. And I've now got 3 nurses with this image, and I didn't have any with that image before. So yeah, this is gonna get a little confusing. Let's move Natalie over there for now. Want to have a lot of people in rehabilitation straight away. It's going to give us a really big boost. You can see just there at the bottom, rehabilitation effectiveness plus 162%. Any of these patients we get, we're going to churn out ridiculously quickly. You can see we've also got a lot of supplies at the moment. We've got 2,000 freight supplies. That is the cap of our warehouse right now. 69 medical, 19 trauma, 54 chemical, and this is after we've allocated out some supplies already for the first round of patients. Plenty of food, plenty of alcohol, 12 permits, 6 staff permits to play about with as well. Might get an extra couple of nurses. See, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 medical teams. Might get an extra couple. Got some engineers. Let's see, have these changed around as well? Let's have a look. So Matthias is still my construction guy, as is Nathaniel, and then Maxwell and Serge are both still my medicine guys. That's good. Right, let's start looking at some upgrades. So as you can see, a little bit different. I no longer have this one active. I did try and get the hydrotherapy complete right before the end of the chapter, and about 3 seconds short. It cut off with about 3 seconds left on construction, which is really frustrating. So I've got to reallocate this one. Let's get that back underway. So Matthias and Nathaniel will throw onto that one. Get that up and running nice and quickly. One thing I did manage to get done, though, if I go over to my production, was I managed to get all the way over to getting this maxed out for deconstruction or construction decreased. Really nice there. So that opens up the electric mixing machines, which is something I definitely want to get, but it's a little expensive right now in terms of permits. Where is the one that I tried to get in and couldn't? There it is. I tried to get that one in as well, the condensers, and again I just didn't have enough time. It cut me off with about 20-30 seconds still on the clock on that one. So yeah, a little frustrating. I've got one warehouse truck ready and waiting. We do need to get an ambulance up and running at some point, but we're a little way off that, I think. Got the emergency measures available, which allows me to send soldiers to the trenches before they finish rehabilitation, but I think that maybe has a negative connotation. I don't know if I want to go for that yet. I do want to get the ambulance up and running, but again, don't quite have enough permits just yet. See if there's something else that we could get going instead. That would be a good one. Let me check my scouts as well. We've got 2 scout teams. As you can see, I've maxed out the dogs. I've maxed out the scout team expansion, so I should have 2 5-man squads sitting ready and waiting. I could go... Oh, I can't do that one yet. Housing as well. Got these extra permits. Let's look. Can I Not quite. All right, so how many staff have I actually got? Let me just pause for a second. That I can actually bring in. So I can't bring in any more medic teams. I'm at my capacity at the moment. Same with nurses. I have got room for more medical, doctor staff. Medical doctor staff. That's an official term. I've got definitely more space for engineers. And I could do with another engineer because I do know that we're going to need them in this. And I've got my 2 scout teams. Alright, well, let's allocate our scouts out first of all. Let's just check. Yep, 2 5-man teams, both for the dog. Excellent stuff. Let's have a look at scout deployments. So we have 3 missions available. We have Escape from Paradise. A refugee group came to the hospital and claimed that they were chased out of their homes by German troops. We've got Lovestruck. A man from a nearby village came to the scouts to plead for their help. It seems his daughter went missing and he fears someone could have kidnapped her. And we have the Monastery Life. Scout teams sighted multiple times a man with a cart that hid each time the scouts tried to approach him. As his behaviour is somewhat suspicious, the scout team should be sent to ambush and question the man. Let's do the Monastery Life. And let's switch to our other team. And we'll get them on Escape from Paradise. There we go. So our scout teams are off and running, and we're going to hold on to the other permits just for now because I want to try and upgrade my staffing here so I can bring in probably a new nurse, a new medical team, and another engineer as well. I can order one of them now, but I want to wait till I can get them all done in one go. So let's move back to regular time. Ambulance has dropped off a couple more patients. Let's have a look. New chemical patients. And I am going to save this one. In fact, because we want to get a strong start permit-wise, let's save everybody. Let's that we can. Let's bring these ones out of denied. Not going to save this patient. That's a lot of resources and a very long and complicated operation for a pretty average soldier. But we will try and save the other 2. There we go. Oh, got an upgrade straight away. Excellent stuff. Let's go with ambitious. Works significantly better. Got a simplification. There we go. This hospital is not as efficient in terms of surgery success because I put my upgrades in different places this time. So that is definitely something I want to work on. Another simplification chance, and that will immediately give us a morale boost as well. Very good. Up to 52% now. Let's speed time up slightly. Another simplification. Good stuff. And we will decrease the cost. Get 2 of those, both of those chemical supplies back, because I think he only used the 2. Works for me. Let's take a look at our trenches while we're waiting. Are they empty? Yes, they are empty, as expected. Oh, we've got a small group of people just up here getting in their daily steps, just running on the spot. And, of course, we do have the crashed Zeppelin just over here that crashed towards the end of the last chapter. Don't know if that's actually going to be a thing in this. I'm assuming at some point that's going to become a factor, but let's have a look at this nurse. Let's get her. Do I make her warm or composed? Let's make her warm. Oh, we've got a whole bunch of people arriving by train. I've just realised that. And we've got our first optional objective here. Let's have a look. HQ has requested to send them surgical supplies, and they'll repay us with permits. So we'll lose 24 medical supplies, but we'll gain 2 staff permits. We will do that. There we go. So let's immediately move our 2 engineers down here to start manufacturing replacement supplies, because we've just given away nearly half of our stock, but it will give us extra medical bits, which is good. Let's move our 2 nurses out for a break. I want to leave those 3 there because I do want to try and get those extra requisition orders through ASAP. I've got 2 people waiting for a allocation, with a 3rd one just coming in now. You can see a couple of people out doing some watercolours there. Right, let's have a look. I don't know how many staff I'm going to need for the trenches yet, so I'm going to only allocate this one for now. The other 2 I might send to HQ. I might send them to the trenches. I'm not sure yet. New patient is in. That's a 2-star, so send them to HQ. There we go. And we are looking pretty good. 154% rehabilitation speed right now. Churning out those supplies nice and quickly. More patients waiting for a decision. Oh, yes, we've got quite a few. Okay, let's move Edmund up there. And let's get... I'm not going to save. This one I will. Alright, down here, let's have a look. Not going to save Virage. 5 supplies, a 6-hour operation. That's a bit expensive, I think. We will save Farhunt. And we'll schedule a rest for Seth. And now we'll schedule a rest for Aaron. Shunyan. Schedule him and give Gerard a rest after that surgery. Just hang on to Harriet for now. Having 8 permits is nice. That gives me some more options. I mean, I could go in and get a 5th surgeon right now if I wanted to. Let's save some supplies. That'll cost me 6 requisition orders, 6 staff orders. Bring in that 5th surgeon, but I don't know if I want to go ahead and do that. That's a very expensive thing to do. I'm going to go ahead and order a new engineer now. Still leaves me with 6, and that's going to be, I think, probably, actually, let's go with 2 nurses. I'm okay for medical teams right now, although at some point I am going to need some more. But, I mean, I've got 8 medical staff right now. That's not too bad. Let's give a couple of these a break. Got a simplification, a morale boost. Nice, up to 55%. Another patient coming in down at the rehabilitation centre. There we go. So we've got 6 permits to come, and then 9 in the pending tray, because we may send them up to the front lines. Again, I want to get an indication of when our first attack indicator is going to come. It's a little way off, but we'll see how we do. Scouts are about halfway through their journeys onto the first legs of their mission. And is it worth me improving our warehouse? I mean, I could do that. That will give me the ability to store more supplies, but it's the freight that's the issue, I think. Don't really want to go for another truck just yet. Oh, there's our indicator. Okay, so let's reallocate our nurses back into surgery. Let's go ahead and move these 3 over. And did not even make a dent. It's still way too few. Okay, we're going to need to send a lot more to the front line. Okay, that's a lot. Still hanging on to Harriet. Let's make sure that this doctor is scheduled for a rest. There we go. One more for the trench, and that's now got us at solid. Okay, so we don't have the psychotropic therapy, unfortunately. So this patient is experiencing muscle spasms. We can't do anything to help with that, so there is a higher chance that this patient will have to come back to us with the same issue. Hopefully he'll be okay. Right, there we go. We've got a couple of permits in, so now we can go ahead and start upgrading here. So we want more nurses. Let's see, staff lodgings. Let's get both of those 2 allocated. They're already there, which is quite handy, so I get that instantly started. Ambulance coming in with some more patients. Our first casualty of the day. Do I want to increase? Let's see. Oh, dodgy drugs. So I can carry on using the batch. There's a chance that the patient will die. Yeah, let's go with a new batch. Complication. It's got potential tetanus. Could be the flu. Don't have the anti-tetanus serum. Could ignore it and just go with a longer rehab. Or we could increase the cost. Let's go with the longer rehab. Up to 3 permits again now. For the patient going off to the trenches. Well, maybe we made the wrong call there. Maybe we should have given the extra supply. Too late now. Another one for the trenches. Now we're up to goods. 2 more for HQ. And another patient coming in. There goes another one to the trenches. Another one to go to HQ there. Should see, there he is, our first soldier that we released, off to take up position. Couple more patients been brought in. They're all going to HQ. There we go. Once again, we are getting close to hitting our freight limit. This is why I'm thinking of upgrading our warehouse. It's an expensive job, but we do have a couple of expensive upgrades to drop in. So we can at least get that down a little bit early on. Scouts are almost where they need to be. I'm up to 4 permits and 26 seconds away from getting our nurses' rooms complete. A couple more tickets coming very quickly. That's good. We've got patients waiting for assignment. Okay, let's have a look. Alright, we'll save Kathy. And Bentlea is going to go in the bin. Harriet we will save. Alright, I'm up to 5 permits again now. Let's have a look. What did I want to do with 5? Was there anything I could do with 5? Oh, yes, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to... I think I need 7, don't I? Yes, I need 7. Okay. There we go. Our nurse construction is done. So let's hire 2 more nurses now. And then that leaves us space for 1 more, which will be the nurse that we'll be able to recruit a little later for free. And that'll give us a nice, good selection of staff to bounce between the operating ward and CCS, because we're going to keep 3 nurses down here if we can. Alright, we're up to 7 permits now, so let's go to production and make a start here. We've got our new engineer in already. Excellent stuff. I'm going to throw both of those 2 back on that. And our new engineer, we are going to get him to start making some trauma supplies, because they are lower than our chemical supplies. Chemical supplies definitely going to be used a lot later on. That much I do know. So, this is the first part of Lost Paradise. Reaching the refugees' village, the scout team finds only rubble and ash. All the houses were burnt to the ground. At the request of the refugees, the scouts located packages that they had hidden near the village. They contained mostly personal items or family mementos. Returning them to the villagers should give the civilians some hope. There were tracks of marching soldiers and multiple trucks in the road. Tire marks were deep and clearly visible. The trucks must have transported something heavy. Tracking them should not be hard. So let's follow those tracks. Simplification. Decrease the cost. Yes. There we go. Let's reallocate that scout team out onto the next leg of Escape from Paradise. There they are, waiting orders. 21.5 hours. That's a long trip. Second scout team about to pop as well. Just got to give it a second. Sometimes they take a moment to load in. There we go. Friar Tuck. The scout team decided to stake out the road that was probably most used by the man. It is not long before the man with a cart appears. Scout Commander decides to reveal their presence. When they go out on the road, the man, clearly in confusion and panic, rushes to the nearest bushes and escapes, leaving the cart. Approaching the cart, the scouts find it is filled with alcohol, herbal medicine, and mead. So, we can confiscate the cart with the alcohol, but we were sent to investigate the man, so let's go find him. Search the area to find the man that left the cart does not take long, as when the scouts approach the nearest bushes with rifles in hand, a man jumps out and asks them not to fire. Some of these bits of text, they're not written very concisely. You can tell English is a second language, or something has been lost in translation slightly. You notice that sometimes with some of the dialogue from our hospital staff as well. He appears to be wearing robes, the kind used by friars. He falls to his knees and begs the scouts not to take the cart from him. When questioned, he explains his name is Tuck, and he is a friar in a monastery not far from here. He was tasked with delivering medicine and mead to nearby villages that need them. He explains he hides each time soldiers are near, as he was once robbed by them in the past, and he doesn't want it to happen again. We could confiscate the supplies, but we're going to offer to escort the friar and help with the cart. The scout commander tells Friar Tuck that they are no muggers and they will not be taking his cart. He then proposes to escort him to the villagers and help him deliver his supplies if he is so fearful of soldiers. The friar seems surprised. I forgot that there is still goodness in this world, he smiles, and then accepts the scout's offer. He mentions that there are 3 villages that he needs to deliver supplies to, and then he can return to his monastery. He offers to provide to the scouts with some monastery-made mead as a token of gratitude. So, we will get 10 mead, 10 alcohol to take back to the hospital once we've completed this quest. And we'll get a morale boost as well. Very nice. And that should tie up that scout team for the next 10 minutes while they go off and make deliveries. Right. Now we need more permits to come through. We've got 10 to come over the next few minutes. Speed time up just a touch again. Still got someone here waiting a decision. Not waiting a decision, just waiting to go into surgery because the surgeon is scheduled for a rest. So, yeah, we'll just move him down to Gerard because that'll be a quicker wait, or a shorter wait. And there goes the last of our soldiers to the trenches. Again, it's a soldier with a dark blue outline. I'm assuming that is someone who's gone through therapy rather than medical treatment. I might be wrong, though. Never see anyone with a green outline. May just be a visual bug. I don't know. Someone has gone through to station. We're up to 4 permits again. Need something expensive just to lower our freight down a little bit more. Let's give Maxwell a break. Still working nicely on the condensers. Now we're up to 6. Okay, what can we build that's going to cost 6? Warehouse enhancement is going to cost 9. How many more permits have I got coming, and how long have I got to wait? Still only good. We've got 4 more coming. Not too long to wait. So yeah, we'll hang off and we'll go for the warehouse. I mean, I doubt we're going to get close to 2,000 freight again once we drop this, but we'll see. We only get deliveries every 12 hours or so now for freight, but we get around 600 to 700 each time. Obviously, things are going to get a bit more expensive, though, in terms of upgrades, and we're probably going to have to order in some supplies as well. Let's put Carlisle with Aaron, who is pretty much ready. And we have a new patient up here, seeing by. Let's put him up the top there. Our nurses are here. Slow time down a sec, and let's allocate out these new nurses. So, another... Oh no, that's a different headdress. Let's put Freya into the OR. Let's put Mia into CCS. Okay, let's take a look at what we've got. So we're going to decrease the cost, save some more supplies. Is everybody treated now? Or everybody in treatment? Yes, everyone's in surgery. Excellent. So, let's see. We don't have anybody working here yet. Let's get our medical teams that we gave a break onto the cemetery. They've got 3 corpses to deal with. Still a way off from a big attack, but we're going to keep people up here because there will be some wounded popping up in the trenches from time to time. I'm guessing pot shots from German snipers. Let's see. Perform the tuberculosis treatment. Yes, longer rehabilitation by far, but a morale boost, which is the important thing. Up to 77% morale already. That's good. That's very good. Right, Maxwell. Let's put him back onto standard medication. Put Surge on for a break. I'm going to stop making trauma supplies when we hit 20. Just need one more permit. That's 2 minutes away. Gonna leave our 2 nurses that are tired there for now, just until we get that permit through. What is Freya doing over there? She should be in CCS. Did allocate it, didn't I? Oh no, Freya should be in the OR. Oh, maybe that's why then. Because there's only one operation going through right now. Alright, okay. Well, in that case, let's give those 2 nurses a break. And let's give Lottie a break as well. Seeing as those staff are not required right now. Now we finish work on the condensers. And that was not the patient I needed. 20 seconds to go. And now all 3 are exhausted. Ugh. Come on. Last couple of seconds. There we go. There's our permits. So let's take all 3 of these out. And let's go ahead and get started on our warehouse. It's going to take 52 minutes. Oof. It's a long old time. Let's get Serge and Matthias on there. Keep Nathaniel back for now. We will move him across there as well, but I want to try and stagger their levels of fatigue so that there's always somebody working on that. Keep that clock ticking down. And of course, the more staff are working it concurrently, the quicker that will get done. You can see it's come down to 40 minutes because we've got 2 on there right now. Plus also Maxwell is our construction specialist, so he actually does speed up construction time ever so slightly as well, which is quite nice. All calm on the northern front right now. Alright, we can start reallocating our nurses out. So we'll put Natalie and Lily back into the OR, and we'll give Lottie just a little bit longer to break, and then obviously we've still got these 3 on a break as well. New patient coming in. Send to HQ, and we'll send By to the trenches, and there we go. We've finally got strong defences. That's nice. Right, I'm going to put Poppy back into rehab, and we'll give the other two a little bit longer. Let's move Lottie over to CCS now. And now we can
Major.
move Nathaniel over to the warehouse.
I would propose a solution to our constant stalemate on the front. We should dig a tunnel beneath no man's land and blow up enemy positions. I've already gained approval from HQ.
It seems a bit excessive. Are you not too optimistic about this idea, Lieutenant Colonel? The Germans have proved time and time again that they have excellent tunnel detecting equipment. We could turn out to be shooting ourselves in the leg rather than a bullseye to the enemy's head.
Do not be so pessimistic, Major. We've never tried it on this section of the front, so they're surely not expecting it. Besides, all I request is help from your engineers and maybe some resources. Your help will be more than welcome, but I intend to go through with it anyway.
So Angus has gained approval from HQ to dig the tunnel. We can either send an engineer to help him. It'll speed up the tunnel, or we can decline the request. There'll be no change to digging speed. Right now, we're actually pretty good. We haven't got much going on in the way of construction. We haven't got much of a need for supplies. We're going to send an engineer. So let's send... Let's send Nathaniel. Because I've realised Serge is actually my other medical manufacturing specialist. So I would have sent this Nathaniel, but I've just dropped him on the warehouse upgrade. He's fresh, so we want him to be doing that while he can. Let's give Serge a reprieve from there. And we've got a couple of patients coming in. Both chemical. Oh, wow. This one is a 3 damage. He's going to degrade very quickly. All right, let's put him straight in for treatment. We'll get them both straight in. And you can see how quickly we're going to burn through our chemical supplies. So, I have to start building some of them soon. One more trauma supply to be done to get us up to 20. We'll get Serge doing that when he's finished his break. And then we'll get him onto chemical, I think. Oh, we've got a complication. His chemical agent in his eyes. So we don't have the eye irrigation solution. We can ignore the risk and focus on the life-threatening wounds, which, if he does suffer from blindness, will mean that that soldier is no longer fit for duty. We'll have to send him home. We'll have no choice. Yeah, we'll go with that. So you can see we're back up to 45 minutes on the warehouse with only one engineer working on that at the moment. So the permits, more patients coming in by train. More permits done as well. Let's have a look at what we've got coming in. And let's take those two teams off and get them helping out with the train. There's nothing going on here at the moment. We're all caught up on corpses. That sounds very grim, doesn't it?
Sir, we have received a dispatch concerning one of the patients who was recently brought to the casualty clearing station.
Ooh, okay. Let's have a look. Here he is, Alistair Young. So let's have a look. I am to inform you that there is a pressure coming from HQ in Britain to release from service Private Alistair Young due to his problems with shell shock and his general state of trauma, despite his best attempts to hide it. The British HQ is willing to provide a replacement squad of soldiers from Britain if we were to fulfill their request. You can see he's the son of a prominent reporter from the London Gazette. Joined the war of his own will, despite his parents' objections. According to his squad mates, he's quite the singer and harmonica player. And a note about the Alistair himself. Requests to be allowed to return to the front. Denies any problems reported by his sergeant. So, I mean, it sounds as though he does have some issues because his sergeant is reporting it. But it also does very much sound like the family is trying to use some of their influence to bring their son home. I'm going to go ahead and acquiesce to their request. I'm gonna let Alistair go home. He's probably not going to be happy about that, but we will get a whole squad of soldiers in return. So let's schedule him. You can see he says, although I don't think I require medical attention, be sure that my return to the battlefield is coming. This patient's actually in pretty bad shape as well. He's got 3 downward chevrons. He's going to deteriorate pretty quickly. So we're actually going to put him in ahead of Alistair, just to make sure that he does receive the treatment he needs. Still got more patients coming in. Obviously, we've still got more to allocate as well. Let's just see any more. I think this is the last one. Alright, so, oh wow, loads of trauma patients just come in. And I'm going to get rid of this patient. I probably should have got rid of the one we've just sent in as well, actually. Never mind. Let's schedule these two. We're going to need to set a break after Alistair, I think. I've got 2 patients here that are waiting. That's a very complicated operation. 8 hours long, and going to use 6 supplies. That one's going to get turned down. Don't know about that one yet. I'll hang on to that one for now. And over here, we'll save that patient. Not going to save that patient. That's a 4-star operation. That's definitely a more difficult one. And we will save Amy. We'll give Seth a bit more experience. Someone's hired down here in the pharmacy. Let's move Serge over. We've got 47 medical supplies. We're good for those right now. So let's finish off this trauma supply. We'll just do this one to finish it, and then we'll move him over to chemical. And then once we do that, we'll probably end this episode. 5 minutes away from our scouts reaching their next objective. 7 minutes till we get our engineer back. Someone just died on the table, unfortunately. We're going to go steady hands. Increase the chance of simplifications. We've got one here. Just a nice, easy operation for Seth. Good, good, good. Yeah, I've just seen we're going for about 50 minutes. So this will be this is the last thing that we do. Let's get a morale boost there. Another simplification. We'll use normal methods. Oh, actually, no. We'll use this one. Uses need for vengeance. Lowers the chance for the wound to not heal fully. Yes, we definitely want that one. And a shorter rehab as well. Right, now we can move Surge to Chemical, and that is it for this episode. So, we've got started with Chapter 2. We've got some new staff in, a couple of extra nurses, a new engineer. We're starting to dig a tunnel in the trenches to go after the Germans in a sneaky kind of manner. And we've got a couple of upgrades going through as well. So, not too bad. It's been a decent little start to our new hospital. So, I'll be back with some more War Hospital very soon.